The year 2022 in the history of the Duyunov Motors project became a time when ambitions were turned into real achievements. We can rightfully call this period a turning point year, when the technologies of LLC Sovelmash moved beyond the offices of designers and laboratories, took the shape of tangible products, and gained wide recognition. The main result of the year was the completion of a key stage in the construction of the Design and Engineering Technology Bureau of LLC Sovelmash. We closed the building's thermal envelope, and large-scale work was carried out. The internal and external wall cladding was installed, the roof, windows, and doors were installed, and the ventilation grills, storm drains, and ventilation shafts were insulated, the stair flights were clad, and fire escape stairs were installed. Of particular importance was the pouring of the subfloor and concrete flooring on all levels. This was an important and extensive part of the work. After that, the installation of interior partitions and the formation of separate rooms began. But a building without utilities is like a lifeless organism, so we started work on the external and internal engineering networks, connecting them to the heating main, power supply, water supply, and sewage systems. At the same time, the transportation of technological equipment from rented premises to the DETB site began. Our impressive Future Technology Center began to truly come to life. The significant year of 2022 was the precise time when LLC Sovelmash developments received detailed and thorough refinements so that they could later be efficiently put into production. The company's specialists created a built-in electric drive for power tools and household appliances, and developed unique equipment for inserting slot insulation. It is precisely these developments, completed in advance, that are now, 3 years later, being realized in the first serial product, the in-house produced angle grinder. Work continued on the motor wheel and other developments. New patents were obtained. An important step was the opening of the LLC Sovelmash trading house. Thanks to this, it became possible not only to develop technology, but also to sell it. The real triumph for LLC Sovelmash was participating in the International Military Technical Forum Army. The company presented more than 20 of its own developments, including an electric drive for hand tools and an elevator winch. Our debut at this prestigious exhibition exceeded all expectations. Several exhibits immediately made it into the top 10 innovations. Particular attention was drawn to the electric all-terrain vehicle based on the BTR-80, a former armored personnel carrier that was demilitarized and turned into a means of transportation. An asynchronous electric motor with combined Slavyanka windings was installed on each wheel of the all-terrain vehicle. The modernized BTR can travel a much greater distance than the factory model with an internal combustion engine, and overall, the vehicle has become much more efficient. The developments of LLC Sovelmash made a strong impression on the media. The company's activities, the construction of the DETB, and the Slavyanka technology were covered in detail by the forum's main media sponsors and other press outlets, the TV channels of ESDA, parliamentary television Vmest RF, the news agency Mil Press, and other publications, and later even Forbes magazine. In the fall, the company confirmed its success at the Electrotrans exhibition by presenting an electric motorcycle, a boat motor, as well as traction and general-purpose motors. The Slavyanka technology continued to develop at the international level. In China, our partner Viktor Aristov and his company ASPP Weihai Technology launched the production of new modifications of motors with combined windings. Together with a leading manufacturer of aluminum boats, they launched a solar electric boat project and also began mass production of the Cave Racer motorcycle equipped with Slavyanka motors. Thus, thanks to Viktor Aristov's projects, the recognition and demand for these technologies have grown worldwide, which means that the demand for motor development services at the Future Engineering Center LLC Sovelmash has also increased. Meanwhile, the company SOLARGROUP continued its global expansion. New offices were opened in new regions, Colombia and North Macedonia. Major conferences were held in Vietnam, Indonesia, India, and Bulgaria. In August, an international conference took place at the Congress Center of the Special Economic Zone Technopolis, Moscow, bringing together 350 guests from 20 countries. The financial results speak for themselves. Over the year, the project's budget increased by $12 million, surpassing $50 million in total over all the years of development. More than 6,000 new investors and over 1,500 active partners have joined us. Break time equals 0.5s/. This year truly became a significant starting point for a new stage of mass production and the global implementation of our solutions. The main result of 2022 is that the year became a time of transition to a new stage for us. The world saw our first finished product. We proved that the Slavyanka technology is not just an idea, but a reality that is changing the future of electric motors. We not only strengthened our position in the Russian market, but also took important steps toward entering the international stage.